views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB TV.
Where my girl got the sweetest pussy.
Welcome to SinCityBounty.com, where you can say and do whatever the fuck you want, except show penises because we stream live on Facebook.
I mean, we can show penises like behind the scenes if we had some down here.
Yeah, we'd be like, there's a penis right there, and it's a nice looking penis.
Or not so much.
Yeah, so in case you didn't notice, Elexia is not with us tonight. She has opted to take care of some family business. So it is, I think, for the first time ever, a Toxi and Sierra duet.
So it's not the first time ever. We used to do the show, just the two of us, all the time. And if you remember, we would just talk about whatever. And I would leave to go to the bathroom because we had a 3 fucking hour-long show when I first started. And I would go to the bathroom and I would come back and you're talking fucking Star Wars and shit. Like just you and the camera. Yeah. And you're like, the Return of the Jedi or whatever all that is. So.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually what it was.
So in this case, it won't be like that. I'm sure we've done this show alone before.
Yes, because as you mentioned, if you tune in on YouTube, thank you very much. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get notifications and subscribe to us so you can watch us regularly. But if you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, you're watching us on Facebook, or if you're watching us on YouTube, we also stream this live on Facebook every Tuesday-ish. And Toxi was talking earlier about how it was either makeup or shitting, and she decided to shit. So we got her with no makeup.
I just threw mascara on, and not even well. Like, I didn't even grab my good stuff. I grabbed, like, this shitty tube that I had.
The pink and green one with the attached mirror on it?
Basically. Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things that, like, came in a kit that I would never actually normally use. But it was there, and it was near a mirror, and I'm like, whoosh, 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 go. So, totally chose...
pooping over makeup.
Yeah, what can I say? Since I learned my lesson, as we talked about in the last show, I will not go at work. And as a follow-up to just to give everyone a follow-up, if you watched the last show, just to recap, I started a new job. I haven't worked in an actual office in well over 10 years. I don't go to the bathroom in public places, but I had no choice, and I had to go, and it did not go well at all. Somebody came in right after me, and it was horrible. The next thing I know, they had the door open, airing out the bathroom. Like, I'm the shit girl now.
She's the office pooper.
I'm the office pooper. And now, all of a sudden, they have air freshener spray in the bathrooms. So there's a little follow-up to that. So
it's always nice to know that by yourself you can change an entire building's policy.
I have completely changed the entire thing. And what's funny is one of the offices, that their corporate office is in there, and I always see that corporate office, and it's of a restaurant. And I won't say which, but when I eat at the restaurant, like, it's one of those restaurants you always get the shits from. And I'm like, there is no way those corporate people are eating their own food and not blowing up this bathroom. Like, there's no way. But apparently I'm the shitter.
Apparently they know better.
But we have a lot going on. We have a lot we're going to talk about tonight. We have, in a little bit, we are going to have Bree from Bree's Party Pop-Up?
Pop-Up Party?
Pop-Up Party?
I don't remember.
It looks like pop. So I keep meaning to tell her that. It looks like pop. It gets me excited. Like, we're going to be little dogs.
Puppies! Sorry.
So we're going to have her on, and we're going to be talking about her summer event. But before we get to that, we have a lot going on. So I reached out to the ladies earlier, and I'm like, hey, you guys going to Jacob's plush event tonight?
We're like, no.
No, because it's tomorrow
tomorrow.
night. So I promised to learn how to use a calendar, but tomorrow night is the return of plush. And I saw on Facebook, Jakey Poo's getting on an airplane, like, as we speak. So,
He's heading here now, bitches, now.
So that means he will be here.
We're
for this
excited.
event. So tomorrow night, we'll post the information. Plush, it's at the usual spot downtown. No cover, drink specials all night. Definitely a must go.
You gotta go. It's the plush parties are always amazing and fun and upbeat, and I think that is a direct result of the hard work and effort that Katie and Jacob have put into this particular club over the years. Speaking of Katie, go Katie, we're rooting for you. Hashtag KFin will win.
So tomorrow night, plush downtown. Definitely be there. And some men call the boobs puppies. They do. They
Sweater
do
puppies. Sweater puppies.
And sometimes you just have a pet who's a human and you call him your pup. So that's why it always gets me excited when I see that little title.
She is into puppy play.
What can I say?
You would have enjoyed. So, speaking of events, last weekend, I had 2 charity events back to back. They sort of overlapped each other. One of the ones that I went to was for Sin City Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, which is a group here in town that does a lot of work for AIDS advocacy and AIDS programs and things like that. Speaking of which, one of these days I'm going to get those girls in here. They're amazing. But they had
I've been there years ago. Yeah.
So they had go-go dancers, and one of those go-go dancers was in a full puppy play leather getup, and I saw them and immediately thought of you.
That would be amazing. The first time I ever saw, was at a St. Andrew's Cross, was at an event for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was one up on stage, and I was there like, this is before I knew anything. This is before I met you bitches, and, like, learned the worst of everything there is out there. And
the best. Really.
Well, of course. And, I mean, I'm not complaining, So, I totally just lost track of my thoughts.
St. Andrew's Cross.
I remember going in and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And my friend, explained it. And then, like, they were doing wax play up on the stage. And, like, I had no idea. I was just so...
This event was
like,
pretty tame. It was a red dress party.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was in dresses.
Really?
Guys, girls, everything in between. Straight guys, gay guys, everything in between. They were all in dresses. It was amazing. There were some very butch dudes whom 100% positive were straight that were totally rocking the fuck out of some badass red dresses and then some fucked up ass Adidas tennis shoes, which is how I knew they were not gay.
I don't know. Doesn't everyone wear Adidas tennis shoes?
They might, but they wouldn't wear some fucked up ones that looks like that they've been to every pub bar crawl in the entire country. Looks like they might have some embedded vomit on them and stuff. Like, some of those guys had amazing dresses and shit shoes, and I was like, what the fuck? And then there were a couple of guys that I wanted to take out and knock out in the parking lot for their shoes, but I didn't. I did get drunk, but I didn't take anybody's shoes.
So you were at that event. More events happening. This weekend, we will be broadcasting from the plaza, and we will be at Excellence Plus. Excellence Plus now, right? The winter event, and that information is on my page. I'll make sure I put it on our main page as well. They will be selling, buying it online has passed, so per day, I believe it's $40 per day. So you can pay at the door. And get all of the events. But Saturday night, we will be there. And I actually have an idea. I have to reach out to them and see if I can post in their page. But I always talk to people who are so excited about coming on and getting interviewed. And then when it's time, they're like, give me a little while. Like, I need to drink a bit first.
I need some liquid courage.
Which, I don't play, Mom. And so, you know, then I'm like hunting them down after. And then the time they finally come out is as we're shutting down. It happens every time. There's always like 5 people coming, and they're like,
I'm ready to go on now.
I'm ready. And we're like, it's packed in the boxes now. So I'm thinking this time I'm just going to text them and, you know, get their number and say, hey, are you available now? And then if so, come out. So also I'm not, you know, I catch everybody, but it's also sometimes hard when everything's going on to find them. And so, especially if I don't know their name and I'm like, hey, did you see that lady who's wearing the pink dress and she has really cute hair? And they're like, there's like 5 women right around who describe that. And I'm like, okay, she has a great ass. Nope. Now you've added one more. What? So I'm thinking it'll be easier that way. So I'm going to try our new system.
If you want to come on and you're going to be here Saturday night, just come and talk to us. We will put you on the air. We'll talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. You want to promote your shit, you can promote your shit. We like to keep it short because we don't broadcast for very long. I think we do 11 to 1, right? 10 to 1.
10, yeah.
10 to 1. So we only do 3 hours, which I know to you people seems like a lot of time, but trust me, we used to do 3 hours a night. It goes by super fast.
So, Jaspy, will you be there Saturday night? Like, are you going to be at this event? Because the last time you didn't show up until not only were we packed, but the other ladies were gone. And then you showed up at the pool.
Yeah.
So,
yep. We will be broadcasting. It shall be fun. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of fun people coming into town. So definitely head out to that this weekend. Come out, come see us, come on the show, have fun, do all that great stuff.
Yes.
Yes. What else?
That was it. We're gonna get Bree on.
We're done. Is the show over?
Yeah, show's over.
Have we promoted everything we have to promote?
All right, Bree.
Really quick, just throwing it out there. Crave is on the 17th. 16th? No, it's the 17th.
It's not the 17th.
All right, Abby, I know you're in there, so tell us which date it is because I can't click off. But it's at they're trying out 2 venues, and it's going to be at a different venue that I'm actually super excited about. So we're going, right?
On the 16th?
Yes.
I can't.
So it's the 17th.
No, it's the 16th. Still can't go. And the 17th, I'm having my corned beef and cabbage party, which you said you were coming to.
It is the 16th.
I told you so. I still can't come. I will be out of town that day.
Will you?
I will.
Well, I really want to go. I'm super excited about this venue, so I'm going to have to find someone to go with.
Yes, you are.
Or go alone.
All right, everybody on Facebook. Oop, there we go. We got to talk quietly. We're farther away from my microphone.
There we go.
There we go. Got to keep talking. He wants us to keep talking.
Ninja Karaoke off of Main Street Bar, the bar and patio area. Go to cravelv.com. So I'm going to go. I'll just go alone, and I'll follow Abby everywhere, and I'll be fine.
If you see my... Hello, guest.
So, who do we have? Is she on?
Supposedly. We can't.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm great. I can kind of just barely hear you, but I can hear you.
Hey, you can just guess what we're saying. Just answer whatever you want to answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Once in college, and yes, I liked it.
I already knew that one.
Okay.
That's most girls' answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once in college, and I really did like it.
Yeah, basically.
No, I did.
Once again after college, just to be sure, just to reconfirm.
Right. And then, I don't know, one random night, and then another time. Anyway.
Now, can you, for the individuals on Facebook, can you all hear Bree? Let me know if you can hear Bree. Bree, what are you wearing?
It's very sexy. It's made of jersey. It has snowflakes on it.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's called winter pajamas.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you live in the Great
I know
White
I'm
North.
exciting a lot of people.
Yeah. You live in the Great White North. You need to wear pajamas.
Yes, I do. And they need to be very warm.
So, I'm just picturing you there in your warm jammies. It's kind of hot,
And
Bree.
very warm, fuzzy slippers.
That's the perfect. Are you watching Netflix?
No, she's watching this.
I have it paused.
She has it paused. She's living my best life. That's my best life right there. Once all this is done, once I'm no longer doing the show, my kid is off to college, that every Saturday night you will reach out and say, hey, what are you up to? Or Tuesday night in this case. And I will say, I'm in my winter pajamas watching Netflix.
You're going to college with your kid, I thought.
I am. I try to pretend I'm not. I'm trying to play it cool. I don't want everybody to know I'm crazy, but no. Well, I'm going.
The deal is if you're paying for it, then you're going too.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well.
Might as well get my money's worth and get into all of the parties. And I'm going to be the one. I'm not actually going to go to school. I'm just going to use her ID to get into parties. And
God, yeah, no, you don't want to go to class or anything.
No, And if I do, I'll just take her classes and have her do my homework. So it makes up for all those years I had to help her learn to read and shit,
Yeah,
so.
just tell her to print too.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So what do you have going on, Bree?
I've got this thing called a bash going on, and I'm so excited. I can't even tell you.
So tell us what the new
missing
name
last
is.
year killed me, and I will not miss another year, I promise.
It is called the new name. It's renamed.
It's renamed, and I kind of did it for a reason. Actually, it was Well-Rounded BBW,
Right.
and now it's called Bree's Pop-Up Party. And you can also reach it through the old domain of WWDBTV.com. You can get there through Bree's WWDBTV.com.
So you bought all that shit up.
I bought every kind of domain name around it. So
I do the
you
same
can't
thing.
go wrong. If you can't remember the name, try something that sounds similar, and you'll find me.
Or just swing by our Facebook page. We'll put a link up on there.
Perfect.
So it looks like pup, right? If it's lowercase.
Yeah.
When you have it up, and that excites me, right? It excites me because I think of something else, not your pop-up party, but then I realize, it's your pop-up party, and I get even more excited. So.
Oh, okay, good.
So what kinds
I
of
don't want to let you down,
what kinds of things do you have planned for the new pop-up party?
Well, you know what? I love the new venue. I'm super, super excited about being at Sam's Town. I think it's going to be amazing because it offers us so much that we've never had access to before. Now we can do, Sam's Town has an 18-screen movie theater. They have a giant sports and race book. They have bowling. They have live bingo.
They have an arcade.
And so
live Keno. So I plan to incorporate all these things into the event. I love that they have a food court. That's huge with access to 24-hour munchies.
Isn't there a donut shop in there?
There's a Dunkin' Donuts there. There's a Subway. There's a Panda.
There's
Roberto's Tacos.
I'm really
TGI
sad.
Fridays.
There's an ice cream shop in there called Calamity Jane's.
Calamity Jane's,
And
yeah.
Holy Balls is that good ice cream. I'm a frozen yogurt girl now, but Calamity Jane's is good ice cream.
So here's the
and then
big thing.
TGI Fridays is great. So endless appetizers.
Oh yeah, the appetizers. So here's a big thing for anybody who has never been there. If you're from Vegas, you know where it is. You've been there. I can almost guarantee if you live in Vegas, you've been there. But if you're not, what it is essentially a town, like a self-contained town.
Yeah.
Of everything you could ever need.
And I think that's why they call it Sam's Town.
Oh yeah.
Because it really is like a little
always
city all under one roof.
I'll tell you
it has everything.
My two favorite things about Sam's Town is the Sam's Town buffet. It's an amazing buffet. One of the reasons I love it is they are the only buffet in town that has a large selection of sugar-free desserts. They have their own giant sugar-free dessert case. It's amazing. The other thing I love is right next door to the buffet, and it's their Mystic Falls. They have an indoor waterfall park, and the light show that goes off in there is adorable, and I love the little bar in there. It can be super romantic at night. that whole area is just fucking magical.
I've been on a date in there.
I have
like
too.
It is. It's really.
I've seen a
really cool.
wedding happen there, and that was a gorgeous setting to have a wedding happen in there. It's.
I think it's a great place if you just meet somebody and you want to go and talk and you want some alone time, but yet you don't want to go to someone's room.
Right.
You know, you take a little stroll down in the atrium area. You know, I think it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. And one of the things that Sam's Town really prides itself on is its accessibility. They have they're completely accessible for every for every version of able body, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that. So if you need to get upstairs, there are plenty of elevators that can get you up there.
Oh, they have walkway ramps.
They have walkway
go
ramps.
up.
Yeah, everything is accessible. Everything is accessible at Sam's Town, and that.
Yeah, it's extremely accessible.
Yeah, and every room has a refrigerator in it too, right?
Yes, they do. They have a refrigerator and a safe.
So here's when I saw when you posted where it's going to be, I got really excited because
It's down the street from my house.
well, that's not why I got excited. It's nowhere near my house. But I was excited because it was always the place when my daughter was younger. It was always the place she wanted to go. And it was because of the falls. Because to me, I know it sounds lame, but they're kind of magical.
They're magical.
You know, when it goes off and then the lights kind of change and it's all misty and
whole
everything.
laser light show thing, yeah.
And we would go to the movies. Like that's the place she would always ask to go to the movies because of the falls. But it's really one of those all around kind of places where
It's gorgeous at Christmas time too.
Yeah, because they do a whole Christmas theme thing that's amazing. It's gorgeous.
all right.
You know
So
what?
tell
they
us.
kind of snookered me on one spot though. I was there and there's actually birds that live in the atrium. I'm not sure how they got in there. I'm thinking maybe they came in through Sam's Town Live, like when the doors were all wide open. And you'll actually see like birds are flying around. But you hear birds, and I'm saying, really, are there that many? Because I thought maybe one or two strays get in. And then I realized, oh, wait, there are speakers in those trees.
They're
Oh yeah, no,
piping in the bird
they're
sounds.
piping in the birds. The birds are actually in a back room somewhere, and they're piping them into you. So the birds are living their best life back at room 102.
Right.
Their fuzzy
Yeah.
slippers and warm pajamas.
Living
Yeah.
only eating the finest of birdseed.
Exactly. So, so some of the big things that I want to ask about: will there be a vendor fair?
Yes, there will be a vendor fair.
Woo.
Okay. And so, do you have any vendors yet, or that's still in the works?
No, because I really haven't opened registration yet, so
Okay.
I haven't opened
that's right.
the vendors
Okay.
yet either. But I do already have several vendors that have approached me and said, "Hey, open that up. I want to sign up." So, yeah, there for sure will be vendors. There also will be a clothing swap, which I think is very exciting.
All right, excellent. I don't know if you know this, Bree, but I donated most of my clothing when I moved late last year, and I accidentally donated all of my panties.
All of them.
All of them.
Oh my!
So, yeah.
She could have sold them and made a shit ton of money.
I know. All I kept thinking after is all that money that I missed out on. But they were clean panties. So.
Bree, we have a question for you in chat. What is the daily rate?
You know what? Something just fell. Sorry, that was noisy. I haven't quite figured it out. I'm thinking it's probably $40 per day.
Okay.
I still have a little financing to figure out because I, just putting it all together, but it will be right around there.
Abby said parking is great for locals, which is true because I've actually gone there drunk before. I haven't driven there drunk. I've been the passenger in a vehicle while drunk, and the parking is pretty easy. So it's easy to...
Yeah, I've been out with you, actually, when you were supposed to be the designated driver.
You have.
And, you and Desiree, and it was like, oh, okay, Jesus, take the wheel. I guess I'm driving.
The thing is, I was completely sober, but I probably should have warned you ahead of time. I have a hard time seeing at night. And I remember telling you as we were driving, like, hey, by the way, I have a
don't
hard
see
time
much.
seeing at night, so
Yeah.
I'm getting old. What can I say?
I own stock in Lyft now. Just you can ask them.
Right?
I Lyft everywhere in this town.
You know what? It's funny. Like I remember years ago, the doctor said, "Oh yeah, I'm starting to have trouble seeing. Like my vision is changing." And he's like, "Oh, once you hit your 40s, then that kind of hits." He's like, "It's presbyopia," and I'm like, "No, I'm Catholic." Bad joke. Sorry.
No, it's a good joke, and I got it. So,
I didn't, but I left anyway.
so you don't have any vendors lined up yet. Do you have workshops or speakers set up yet, or are you still working
I
on
do.
that?
I have some workshops. I actually have more workshops in the plan, but I don't have full commitment from the people that will be doing them, so I haven't listed them on the website yet.
So let me
But
ask a
there are actually
question.
several more.
Let me ask a question. Totally impromptu question. Do you have room for one more?
I do, yeah.
Okay, just curious. Just curious. Because I actually know some people working on
A
a
presentation.
a seminar
Really?
of sorts.
Okay.
I know 3 girls who might be working on a seminar for all people.
Really, because I would be
Really?
very interested in hearing about that.
Yes, so we'll have to connect you with those women.
I'm actually planning to do something kind of cool too. I haven't worked this out yet with Samstown, but my plan, assuming that they can help me pull this off, is that I will have the vendors fair and the workshops all in the same room. So the vendors will be all around the room,
That's
and
your
then the workshop
best
will be going
bet.
on in the middle.
Yeah, that's your best bet. It fills the room as well.
It
Because
fills
what
the
will
room.
happen is
Yeah,
oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say it fills the room, but also it pulls people to the vendors fair,
Yes.
and the vendors want customers.
Because I'm telling you right now that I'm one of those people who will sit there in something. Whenever I used to go to a lot of training seminars. A lot. I used to be a trainer. And I would go to these seminars and I would spend my time during the seminar looking at the table of this stuff I could buy after the seminar to take back to my training classes. And so that was like my favorite part, was always just sitting there and like looking around like, all right, what can I get? What can I get when we're done here? And so I think
I'm
that's a really
shopping
great
as
idea.
I learn, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I love the vendor fair. I love the seminars. I will not be able to take time off during the day because I'm taking all of my time off the month before you get there. But I'm planning on working my ass off to try to get there for some of this stuff because I love the seminars that happen.
I'm planning some really unique seminars, too. One of them that I really think is exciting is Kathy Edmondson is going to be doing a workshop about buying a home.
Ooh,
Things that you need to know to get your credit ready, how much house you can afford, how to check your credit score, how to improve it if it needs to be improved, what can count toward your mortgage.
Right.
A lot of people think, like one of the things I didn't know that she pointed out was if you have like overtime that you do on a regular basis and, you turn in your pay stubs and it's there, unless it's been there for 2 years and it's been consistent, you can't count that.
Yeah.
So, and I thought that, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have known that, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't know it. So there's so many different facets to that, and for some people, buying a house is just a dream. They think it will never
Right.
happen.
And
But
they don't
you
know
know
where
what?
to
I
start.
encourage
That
everybody
was-
to go because you know what? Maybe you can.
I've been there, and you don't know where to start. And then you put your trust in others who maybe aren't always the most trusting. So it's great to be able
Right.
to go in and have somebody who, we can vouch is upfront, honest, and obviously knows the ins and outs of what she does.
Right.
To be able to
and
give
the
you
other
some
thing is,
guidance.
Kathy is so great that, if you're in another state and it's not a state that she works with or something, she's very outgoing. She will answer questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
She'll say, no, that doesn't sound right, or, ask them about this, or you really need to have this ready. And And also, really impart the knowledge to you that when your mortgage person asks you for information, and they ask for 5 things, don't give them 3 and think they're going to be satisfied. Like, give them everything that they need, and the more timely you do it, the quicker your loan goes through. And that sounds just really basic, but a lot of people don't do it.
So Kathy looks forward to hosting the first-time homebuyers workshop. Lisa has suggested, at first she's leaving room in her suitcase for purchases. Totally great idea. Second, and I love this idea, she suggested having some masseuses there. And if there was a foot lady, she said that would be great. We were at a plush event, and there was a guy there. He was doing it for tips, but he really is a masseuse.
Yeah. He was doing foot
massages.
It was the most amazing thing ever.
It was. Like, I remember, sitting there, and at first I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. I feel kind of weird. And then I'm like, oh, right there. Keep going.
That's it.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, your time's almost up. No, it's not.
No, my time stopped. We have had a foot masseuse person, Pat the Foot Lady, in the past. I don't know that we'll have her again, but we've had other people approach us about massages and things, so, that is probably very likely.
Awesome. That's a great idea.
It is.
They also have a spa at Samstown as well,
They do.
by the way. They have a
what?
beauty
They have a
salon as
spa.
well.
They have a beautiful spa at Samstown. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Do they have a sauna?
I think so.
I mean, or else you could just get wet and go outside.
True.
'Cause it's Vegas.
It's July.
Yes,
Tell
they could
us
just bathe.
about the pool.
The pool is a resort-style pool. It's kind of, I don't know what shape it is, but, a unique shape. It does have cabanas, and, lounge chairs, and I think it has everything that we need.
Okay, excellent. And so we had a question. If you've never been to one of your events before, what can one expect from this event as far as the atmosphere?
I think the atmosphere is always very fun. People are very welcoming. And when I say that, I always hesitate because you can't make everybody be welcoming.
Right.
I would say 99% of the people are welcoming. There's always a couple of curmudgeon kind of people, but,
Legends.
they just had a bad
you look
day.
at me.
It sounds like
But-
a word you would use.
It is a word I use.
Curmudgeon?
Yeah, curmudgeon. I couldn't remember that word if my life depended on it, but I only think of it because I've heard you use it. And then, so I associate it with you.
I'm quite loquacious.
Yes.
But most people are very welcoming. One of the things I'm planning to do is some kind of a badge type thing that says that people are a newbie. Some way of showing that, whether
I
they
feel
choose
like-
to wear it or not.
I feel
it's
like
up
you
to
should make
them.
them wear a hat, like that has
Yeah.
clapping hands or something.
Something giant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, an enormous thing. A big sombrero.
Yeah, a giant sombrero, like with hands on it, and then you pull a string and it makes it clap.
It's not. We're in the Southwest. It's
You know,
appropriate.
something really big and wild and crazy.
I like the clapping hands, or just a
Yeah.
hat saying like, "Hey, I'm new."
Can I
Yeah.
get it? Can I
Or,
get a newbie
one
hat?
of those helmets like with the beer can?
Yes, but I need one of those anyway.
Yeah.
Toxi and I would like to request newbie
tired of
badges.
drinking out of your purse, I guess.
Yes, that's how it works. Sometimes you don't want to get out of the pool to go get more alcohol.
I hear you.
And if you had it in a hat, conveniently, it wouldn't be a big deal. But just for the record, just so everybody's aware, I do get out of the pool to pee. So, just so y'all- oh yes, I
the people
do.
usually that
Oh,
speak
yes, I
about
do.
it, you always wonder if that's really the case. Because
yeah,
if
but
you just do something, then you don't talk about it. It's kind of like saying you have class. If you have to tell people you have class, then you don't have class.
I don't
Are the
tell
people
anybody
that
I have
say
class
they get out of
because
the
I've
pool,
got
do they
none.
really?
I've got class on Wednesday. Does that count?
Sure.
I really don't pee in the pool, in a public pool.
Okay, because we're going to put that dye in there.
I hope you do. That's what I'm always afraid of. I may pee in your pool, though, but no one else is in there but us. So
Yeah.
your pool
That
may
pool
get my
never
pee.
gets used except for
You know,
by
I
us
have
and the
to
leather lady.
confess that in my very own pool at home, I've peed in my own pool.
I think I've peed in your pool as well, Bree. So
You know, that's okay. I'm all right with that. But public pee, no.
that's why you have Cabana boys to get you the booze. What if you want Cabana ladies? Why is it always Cabana boys? Like,
Yeah, I'd like
Well-
a cabana, one of each, please.
I think it's just a term. I think it
is.
really can be male or female.
it is.
But
I
we
want a
just still
Cabana
call them male, Cabana
person.
boys.
Is anyone willing to be my Cabana lady? Will you, Johnny Fever?
Cabana babe.
Will you be my Cabana bitch? Will you wear, if we get you the Speedo and it says SinCityBounty on the butt, will you be our Cabana bitch?
You know, I'm sure you'd get takers.
For a price. At the low, low price of $500, you can get your own cabana bitch. Those are top.
The price is spending time with us outside of here.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And the joy of serving you.
Yeah, you should have a servant's heart.
I am a pleasure to serve.
Here every Tuesday night.
You know, I
That's
just
true.
I don't
All
want
right,
too
all right,
much.
I'll give you that.
I
All
want
right,
someone
all
to-
right.
I want someone to fan me and peel grapes and feed them to me.
Why don't we just do that for each other?
Do you remember that one time we put an ad up to get somebody
Yes.
to feed us crab
We
legs?
did. We did. We did it to be funny. We thought it would be hilarious. And
We got some really funny responses.
like one person pretended he was from
He
SpongeBob,
pretended he was SpongeBob.
Yeah,
like that
and,
was
like-
the greatest response.
but everybody else was like, "You fucking fat bitches! Like you're so fat you can't crack your own crabs." It got the comments got so nasty
We had
Oh
to
my
turn it off.
God.
that I had to turn it off because it was hurting my feelings. Like,
But we did get one guy who was like, "I'll sit at your feet and crack your crab legs
Yeah.
for you. Do you want me to lick between your toes too?" And we
but
were like,
he
"Woo."
attached a picture and we knew him.
Yeah,
not,
we knew
not
him.
us. One of the other co-hosts knew him, and she's like, "He's not touching my crab."
'Cause he's gonna get my crabs.
Actually, I remember going to crab with you at one time, Toxi, and I was helping crack your crab.
Yeah. Because really quick story. Many years ago, I couldn't crack crabs. I couldn't touch them. It creeped me out. And so my ex-husband would get crabs when we'd go out, and I'd have to get like a burger. And occasionally he'd be willing to crack a crab and give me some, but I would always sit by Jennifer. And Jennifer was amazing because it's a friend of ours, and she
was
would
like a fantastic cracker.
she was the best crab cracker ever, and she would always crack crabs and like put some on my plate. And then like she wouldn't even have to break her stride. She was just so good at it. And finally one day she realized how pathetic I was, and she's like, "I'm gonna fucking show you how to crack crabs so you don't have to do this bullshit every time."
I
And
can
she
just hear her saying these words.
yeah, no, these are really her words. And
Oh, I believe.
and she showed me how to crack crab, and so now I can, except I'm a lazy crab cracker. Like I'll only get the easy meat. I will not touch a fucking knuckle or nothing. Like you can keep that stuff. I
I'll
want
suck
that.
that shit
Yeah,
out
if
of my
it doesn't
No.
just like crack and slide out. Then
No,
forget it.
I like the stuff. I like the claw, and then the
Legs.
Legs, yeah.
I'll
I have
suck
to
the
actually
fucking
go with
brains out.
rubber gloves to do it for people because I'm allergic to it.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
that's
if
right. We
If I
said
get like a scratch from cracking a shell, then I'll actually have an anaphylactic reaction.
That's right. We had to be careful not to spray our crab juice all
we
over you
did.
when
We
went out for dinner.
We went with you one time, and you sat across from us, and you had warned us about it. And beforehand, we're like, "All right, we're gonna do our best to not kill Brie. Like our goal here is do not kill Brie."
I now carry an EpiPen.
You should. It's a good idea. I'm pretty messy, but I do remember that time we were like making a crab jacuzzi in the butter.
we were just soaking our little cooking crab
We
chunks
put
in
all
there.
the crabs in there like they were like our kids.
They're like swimming in there, and they
Yeah.
take them from the pool.
It was
they
great.
were fucking delicious.
They were good.
So, Sam's Town, what are the dates coming up?
July 22nd to the 28th.
And just to share, you got to take some good time off this summer because there's a lot of events happening and you can back them all up.
Right.
then-
Well, just before is Crave is doing sponsoring a night for an opening party for me, and then of course Excellence is just before that. So it's like keep on partying.
It's all right in. So you can get here. You can hit up an Excellence event. You can hit up a Crave event. You can hit up Breeze Pop-Up Party, not to be confused with pup parties. Breeze Pop-Up Party, and make a summer of it. Like, make it an awesome, awesome summer.
If you're not already taking all of your vacation off for the 2 weeks in June, take it all off for the second and third week in July.
There you go.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, we love you, Bree. Well,
I love you guys. Thank you very much for having me on.
just so you know, I already have your volunteer
Good.
to help you.
I'm counting on her.
And she's super stressing, like that you're not going to want her.
I'm going to send you another
Assure
volunteer.
her that I already have jobs assigned to her.
Yeah, she even said to me, can we get a room there this time? So just in case you need her at other times.
Oh, then she could just come at a moment's notice.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Like,
That's a great plan.
she doesn't do that shit for me. She adores you. So she says, I don't
That's
get that.
because I gave her her first bottle of champagne.
You did. She did. She gave my kid her first bottle of alcohol. So, and she was
what,
she didn't even want to carry
14?
it out to the car. But yeah. So anyway, we will we'll talk to you soon, and you are going to be putting the pre-sale up the beginning of May, correct? Beginning of March. Okay.
March 7th.
All right. Beautiful.
72-hour sale, and that's the very best price that you'll get. So
All right.
I urge you to jump on it. And not only that, but if you're thinking of coming like the weekend and adding a day or two, you might even just want to, this pre-sale, this early bird sale is so good.
Right.
You might just want to jump on the whole week right now, even if you're just adding a couple of days.
That's your best bet, because so often people say, I'll just come for the weekend, and then all of a sudden they want to add Thursday.
Yeah,
All the time,
And
I
then
hear
you're
it.
adding $40 on, and it's
Right.
you know, just do it all at one time, and that way you have options.
All right, so on our Facebook feed, Elexia has the website. Abby said March 7th, $69 for the weekend or $129 for the week. And stay up to date by joining a group that Elexia also posted on our feed. So thank you, Bree. Thank you for calling in. And
Thank you so much for having me.
really quick before you go, what are you Netflixing?
My Netflix, well, I'm just finishing up Weeds.
Oh, okay. All right. I love that
and
show.
it was okay.
All right. Well, you have fun. You enjoy. Thanks for calling in.
All right, have a great night. Bye-bye.
All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
So I have to admit, whenever we have calling guests, you know, we've been doing this for years, but whenever we have calling guests, I never know what to do with myself. Because
we're just kind of sitting here.
We're all like, do, 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 do. I never know what to do.
Just whatever we are doing, I
Because
guess.
when someone's
You can
in
probably
studio,
turn the
like,
monitor down now.
you look at them, you know, but
Johnny's not listening.
Johnny's not listening. He's thinking about being our cabana bitch.
He sure is. I know who he wants to be a cabana bitch for. What?
What?
Oh, I have a friend.
I'm not allowed out in the daylight.
I bet.
Me neither, really. I
understand.
gotta work.
I understand. Video chat, maybe.
For what? For calling guests? We can't do that. We don't have. I mean, we could do that, but it wouldn't make any difference for you Facebook people because. Oh, that's better. It wouldn't make any difference for you Facebook people because we still can't get the video feed onto the Facebook. I know there is a way to do it, but no, we don't get paid to do this.
I think we can do it if it's on our individual Facebook, like if I'm Facebook living from my own personal.
I know there's
but
a way
I
to
don't
do
think
it
we
from
can
here.
do it off of a page. So, Bree said, just sit there and be pretty. That's what we do.
She's really good at that. I am not.
Whatever.
10 minutes.
10
You know,
minutes.
so, okay. That's actually a great segue into what I want to.
10 minutes.
Yeah, no. Yeah, 10 minutes is perfect segue because this is going to take longer than that. But
I'm literally sliding off this chair.
yeah. So I have been back to internet dating. I don't know why I do this to myself. But anyway, I've joined a shit ton of sites. By the way, I know the last time we talked about it was before Valentine's Day, and I said I would join a couple of sites on Valentine's Day, so it's been a couple of weeks, and I would like to tell you that the one that I was super excited about, Hater Sucks Dick. It's terrible. I have not had a single...
I mean, is that what the site's about? Like, is
So-
it for sucking dick or...
No. It's supposed to match you with people based on the things you like and don't like. So, like, you swipe left or you swipe right. I don't like Trump. I do like Obama. I don't like people who stop and chit-chat in the middle of the walking aisle at Walmart. I do like puppies, like that kind of thing, right? And then after you've swiped a bunch of those, so like, okay, here's people who match your likes and dislikes. Well, that sounds fucking fairly decent to me, except I've not had a single response on that site at all. And this one's completely free. Nobody even has to fucking pay. So anyway, so that one's probably a wash. I haven't been on it a couple of days. I have had a few messages from guys, and I've been on one date from one website. I tried to convince another guy to come out one night, but he didn't want to, so that didn't happen. But I have discovered that the level of douchebaggery from website to website is the same. It is a constant between site to site. There is no variable that changes the level of douchiness. They are, whether it's a paid site or a free site or one of those in-betweens where like it's free to use but you can pay for perks, it's all the fucking same level of douchebaggery. I had a guy, I can't pull it up, but you have the screenshot of it. I had a guy message me who was like, hi, and I was like, hello, and he was like, you look like a lot of fun, and I was like, well, thank you. And then he said he strung together like 15 words that made no fucking sense whatsoever.
Are you shy but fun or something like that?
Yeah, he was like, are you shy? And I'm like, not really. And he goes, am I in trouble, LOL? And I said, why would you ask that? And no. And he was like, you look BTW, a nerd, and flame emoji, and some other shit. Like, it made no fucking sense. None.
It was Donald Trump.
Well, I sent back, huh? Question mark. And he was like, you look like a wild nerd. And I was like, oh, not wild, just a nerd. Fucking that's it.
I read it clearly, but I read teenage speak.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't understand a fucking word that guy said. But
he's probably like, he's a full-grown adult. Like,
he's supposed to be 2 or 3 years older than I am. Anyway.
No.
Yeah.
For real?
For real. According to this website, he was like in his early 40s. Yeah. Right.
Guys, hey, do me a favor. Can you not use emoji speak? Like, I use emojis probably more than I should for the age that I am, or what have you. I'm an adult.
I use the original emojis, and occasionally when I'm talking to my girls, I'll throw in like an eggplant emoji, but that's mostly because eggplant equals like fucking dust because there's no dick going in here. And
so there's a few we'll use, and I use like a smiley face because for me, my personality, that I'm kidding, doesn't always come through well. But don't make it a conversation.
You want to know the most used emoji when you pop up the recents, the one that's always number one? It's the eye roll emoji.
Yeah,
that is the most used emoji on my phone. It's this one. Ugh. It's a fucking eye roll emoji. Yeah. So I will have to say that my results from the free sites are the same as my results from the paid sites. Yeah, that's the one.
My first is the laughing, but my eye roll emoji and my girl that does this.
Your shruggy girl?
I use that all the time. Like,
yeah. I don't fucking know. I can't help you with that. It's fucking awful. I was supposed to have a second date with a guy today for lunch, but I got fucking busy at work and couldn't go, so we had to reschedule for later. But so this guy, I went on a first date with him, and it was a great first date. And if I explained all the things about him, you would realize we're probably a pretty good match. But he's seeing someone, sort of. Like, he's dating around, and he's kind of something is starting with another person. And he was honest with that up front. And I was like, well, that's okay. I'm not really looking for, like, I don't want to be your girlfriend right now. I'm not looking for anything super serious right away. And I was like, you know, if you want to go on a second date, that's totally up to you. And he was like, okay. So we scheduled the second date, but then I fucking missed it. So we rescheduled it. It'll be my first second date in over a year. Well, I haven't been single for quite a year yet, but it'll be my first second date ever since I started dating again. If I go on it.
If you go.
If I go. I hope it happens.
You might back out.
No, I won't back out. It's up to him.
Toxi reads emoji. I do read emoji.
She does.
I can totally, but I'm just saying, dudes, don't write an emoji. Like,
Please.
don't
be that guy.
do it. Just don't do it.
I feel for you and anyone trying to date and find someone nice. It's a job and a half. Grateful that I never have to date ever again.
Aww.
XOXO, her husband's name. I'm so happy for all of you people who can find someone to live the rest of your life with. I realize it's going to be very difficult for me because I'm a complicated motherfucker, and even I can't explain how complicated I am. Like, when I try to explain how I'm complicated, yes, it's just a little shruggy emoji. Like, why are you complicated? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I just am. Don't make me try to explain it. I would like somebody to have regular sex with, but I don't want them to be the only one I have sex with. I want someone to cuddle with on a regular basis, but I don't want them cuddling with anyone else. I don't want that part. So I want that first one. I'm like, I want someone to regularly have sex with, but I don't feel it like it has to be monogamous
for both of us, our only option.
Yeah.
I
casual...
don't want the cuddler. Like, I want the one who's like,
I've got my nut off, time to go. Yeah. I want someone to go, like, see the stars with, but I don't want to feel obligated that I have to fuck them after that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. If you're going to make me out there seeing the stars, you better fuck me after. Like, I'm totally the opposite.
I know. She's like, if you make me do anything outside the house, you have to fuck me afterwards.
If you make me do something outdoors, if I have to fucking work up a sweat outside, then you better work up a sweat like fucking me after, because this is not...
She's like, while we're outside, you better be inside, motherfucker. Yeah. No,
no, I'm not exerting this effort to do outdoorsy things unless I'm getting laid after.
Yeah.
And you do outdoorsy things for fun. You got up... So we were drinking at Crave, and I got up the next morning. You know, I always crash at Sierra's, and we get up the next morning, and I wake up, like, groggily. Like, my eyes are like, bleh. I'm like, fuck, I'm hungover. My head hurts. I want to vomit. I feel like shit. She's fully dressed and getting ready to go to Bonnie Springs. And she's, like, waiting for her kid to get downstairs, and, like, off they go. And she posts 30 pictures of her, like, doing this whole day adventure. I didn't leave my motherfucking bed that day. Like, I was So
full disclosure, I would just like to let you know that I had the whiskey shits all day long, and I missed most of what happened. Because I would be like, oh, this is fun. Be right back. Thank God Bonnie Springs has a shitter in, like, every fucking corner, because I used every single one of them. All of them.
But your photos made me tired. And I'm like, and at that point I knew, I'm like, I'm way too old to drink like this. Like, I'm older than you, but I'm like, but I'm not 30 years older.
No.
And I'm like, I couldn't get out of motherfucking bed. I, like, considered getting up to get food, and, like...
You know the difference between how I drink and how you drink?
Yes.
I drink a glass of water for almost every drink that I drink.
Yeah, no, I drink a drink for almost every drink that I drink. Like,
Yeah.
So she follows each drink with water. I follow each drink with another drink. And so we do drink a little bit different. I might get water. Like, I think I splashed some pool water in my mouth at some point.
We went to a pool
that
party
night.
afterwards.
I might have, sucked up some pool water, but that's about it.
That's true.
So.
We didn't get home till 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was up and out of the house by 10:30.
Again, up, fully, like, I'm, like, on the couch, I'm like, ugh, and opening my eyes, and, like, here she is. She's like, do we want trail mix to go on this trip with? And, like, the car's all packed, and there's gas, and, like, I already made a big old breakfast to take with us, and, like, the dogs have been out, and, I've also knitted a scarf in case there's a chill. And meanwhile, my makeup's, like, all raccoon down my face, and I'm like, I don't even know, like, did I lose my panties somewhere? Like, where's all my clothes? I don't even know what's happening. And there she is. She's like, I drew up a map for us, and I whittled us a walking stick. And, like, there she goes. So Johnny fucking Appleseed or whatever it is. But, yeah, we're totally different the next day.
We are different people the next day. I do get the whiskey shits, though. A lot. I lost like 15 pounds that day. So, Johnny's trying to kick us out of the show.
So I guess that's it then, huh?
That's it then.
You don't want to
Dating.
listen to us talk about alcohol and crap, like
Alcohol and poop? No. That's every week, really. That's all we ever talk about
essentially.
is alcohol and shit.
And also we like to focus on body positivity, so love yourself.
While you're shitting your brains out after whiskey-infueled evenings that last till 6 a.m.
Yes, absolutely.
Be prepared, bitches. This is Sierra.
Toxi.
What
What does Elexia say now?
I don't know.
We're wishing you brave enough to be...
She says something like,
May the
we'll
force be
see
with
you
you."
next week. And then I say, like, grumpily, if you're brave enough.
And then I go, later, bitches!